Hey y'all, it's Claudia. This morning I just thought I'd say something that touched my heart and I felt like I needed to say. I saw a YouTube video this morning about a 17-year-old. He had everything going for him in high school. He had scholarships. He was gonna be someone totally dedicated to doing stuff in the community. Like, you could tell. And I saw a YouTube video that he had killed himself. He was 17, about to graduate, and he killed himself because he was being bullied throughout high school. He had started being bullied in middle school, and he was bullied throughout high school, and he killed himself because he felt like he wasn't worth it. And that's what everybody at school was telling him, that he wasn't worth it. Honestly, I felt anger when I heard that. Anger towards the people who bullied him because they had no right to. But I thought about it. We all bully somebody at some point. I mean, you can't just sit there and say, oh, I'm a saint, I've never bullied somebody before. We all have talked about somebody, which basically is bullying, because word gets around. You all know that. And we've all bullied somebody, and we've all been bullied by somebody in our life. We all have been bullied. That moment when you feel that tinge of that horrible feeling that you get when somebody's talking about you, or when somebody's like saying something mean to you, or you know, that famous thing nowadays, people will say something mean and they'll go, oh, I'm just kidding. If you were just kidding, why would you say it? It's getting to the point where I've realized that I need to make a change in my life. I need to step up and say something to the people who are bullying other people if I see it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm tired of just sitting around doing nothing. I really am. I need to make a change, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to choose my friends more wisely this year. Last year, I was new at the school last year, and I dated some guy, and we broke up. After that, some girl that was friend with the guy labeled me as a whore throughout the whole school. She was a senior, so basically the whole school looked up to her, to the senior class. You know how it is. Alright, so I was labeled as a whore throughout the whole school. I would hear people talking about me when I passed by. I would hear the name whore with my name, and you don't understand. That made me feel like so bad, because I'm definitely not a whore. I am proud to be a virgin, and I am proud to say that, you know, I'm myself. I'm not one of those people that say one thing and mean another. So when I got called a whore, I don't know, it just hurt because I wasn't. And I hear people, that's like how people labeled me. That's how the school labeled me. And society has a weird way of labeling people these days. If you're thick, you're obese. If you're skinny, you're anorexic. If you're nice to people who aren't your friends because you're trying to be nice or you don't like them, you're automatically labeled as fake. I don't know how that even makes sense, but it just makes me sad that nowadays people get labeled, and before they even get to, like, people get to know them, they don't know any, like, if they don't know the person, they're just automatically labeled, judging, and I hate that. People say that sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That is the most bullshit saying ever. Words hurt, and words get around. Gossip, just because it's between you and your friends, they get around to the person who you're talking about. And that shit hurts. It really does. And I am so glad to say that I am making a change this year of friends, because my friends some of my friends, not all of them, some of my friends from last year, all they would do is sit around and talk about somebody, and I wouldn't stop it, or I wouldn't leave. And I'm not going to put up with that this year. I'm not going to put up with bullying. If I see somebody getting bullied this year, they're going to hear from me. I'm going to step up for that. I'm not going to sit here and watch people get bullied. Because I know how it feels when I bullied somebody. It's because I was worried about my insecurities. And I was taking it on other people. That's not an excuse. And I also know how it feels to be bullied. And I'm not going to stand up for it. This year I'm making a change. And I'm hoping that other people will make that change with me. Not just because it sounds like a good idea. It's not that type of change that you say you're going to do it and you don't. No. This is definitely something that I'm going to do. And that needs to be done. People all around the schools systems these days are getting bullied. Like that one boy who killed himself because he was being bullied. He could have been something so important in our community, and he offed himself because he felt like he wasn't worth it. That's the saddest thing ever. I don't care what people say. That right there should have never happened. And it didn't have to happen. So I'm asking people to make this change with me. Not because, it sounds like a good idea and I'll be a saint. No. You're definitely not a saint just for making this change. It's about making the change because you're going to stick to it. Because you're tired of seeing people get bullied and you're not doing anything. It's about just making a change because it's the right thing to do. So I'm asking you all to make this change with me. And step up for the people who are getting bullied. Because I know I see it every day and I didn't say anything about it. But this year's going to be different. I hope y'all will make that change with me. And I hope that bullying just, it'll eventually stop because I know that's a really high hope, but there's no point in bullying, guys. There really isn't.